I can see her lying back in her satin dress, in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back.
Happy Homebrew Wednesday. On a Wednesday. On a great Wednesday. This was a terrific Wednesday. It was a Curly W Wednesday. But before I get into that, let's have a sip. Been a very long time since I've done a video. Probably, I know at least over a month, if not longer. A little bit to catch up on. We'll start with homebrewing. So I thought that I ruined a lot of beer in my kegerator. I went off, I was away on a work education trip, and I came back after, was that it or no? Scratch that. I had I had 3 beers on tap, one of which I made for one of my classmates I met at this work course that I went to. And so I brewed this wheat peach ale, a peach wheat ale. It seems to be a popular thing now. I see a bunch of different folks doing it, popular for the summer. And it seemed like it was coming out well. And then I went to Italy for a week and came back, and all of the pressure stuff in my whole kegerator system just went kaput. I don't know if it's because there was a lot of peach puree in the kegerator and it caused it started fermenting again. I don't know what happened, but it seemed like it went through the manifold of the gas, and it got into, it forced its way into the other kegs, because every single keg was just foamy. And I had 3 beers on tap. I had the barrel-aged bourbon porter in the middle tap. I had the New England Pilsner in the right tap, the one that I brewed with S.J. Pour, virtually. And then I had the peach wheat ale on the far left tap. And all 3 were just like, their beer output lines were completely clogged, and it was a mess. I thought it was gonna be a dump. So I decided to calm down and just let it sit for a while. So I cleaned out the beer lines, and I hooked everything back up, put new pressure on, and lo and behold, after a few weeks, everything's settled, and they're all pouring nicely. And now they're all pouring clearly. They taste right, and well, except for the bourbon porter, it's at the bottom of the keg, and I think a lot of the char from the barrel is starting to kind of get into it. So I'm gonna have to dump it soon. There's only a little bit left, but it's the bottom of the barrel. It's not worth drinking. So, but the peach wheat ale is still good. I got to bottle some of that up for my friend and others, and there's still a bit of New England Pilsner. I think I'm gonna try to bottle that up this weekend and get some out to SJ, because we brewed it together, and I thought I had ruined it, and now it turns out I haven't. So he'll get to taste it, and I still want to taste this. Hopefully, SJ, you still have some you can bottle up. As far as homebrewing in the future, we did a video about, SJ asked about what's your thoughts on homebrewing. I said, hey, things have slowed down. There's a lot more breweries open, so people are brewing less, but I'm still going to brew. But it's getting tougher and tougher for me now, because my physical stuff has, become more of a problem. I'll tell a cool story, but my foot has still messing around with that, trying to get healthy with that, and now my right knee, I think because of it compensating on walking around with all these boots and everything on, it's messed up my MCL and ACL, so gotta go see an orthopedic, doc about that in a few weeks. So knock on wood, hopefully I can get healthy, but it's a struggle right now. So I'm not brewing a whole lot, but my voice is a little hoarse right now, because this is the one day of the year that my office does a day at the park, and so I go every year. This year's game was today, and it was the Nationals against the Rockies. And spoiler alert, if you don't want to know how the game turned out, if you haven't watched it, turn off now. But we were down, I think this was the 3rd game in the series. We lost the first one. We won last night. We came back after a rain delay in the 8th inning, and had an explosive explosion, and came back and won by, everyone was shocked. It was like, late at night when we won. And then today we were down most of the game after the 2nd or 3rd inning, 4-1, and then in the 9th inning we loaded the bases, and then we scored a run on a walk, we scored a run on a hit by pitch, and then we scored our another run. I forget how we did it. And then C.J. Abrams comes up with the bases loaded, and we were at least going to go into extra innings. And clutch, he hit a base hit down the just on the inside of the first baseline and got past the first baseman and won the game. So it was a walk-off. Awesome. And I had Logan and Lorelei there. I'll maybe put up some pictures here. But that was a freaking awesome game. It's the last chance for me to hang out with those two before they're going to go away next week, heading out of state to visit some family and friends, and then they come back, and then my daughter goes off to school for her first year, and then my son, a week later takes off. But this is my last day to kind of spend a whole lot of time with them to, just dad and kids. So great day, really, really good day. So. So I'll end with a foot story. So the doc the other day, it was weird. You guys have been watching. I had to rebuild my foot. They had to cut off a big bone spur, fuse the metatarsal, which is that big knuckle, and it's kind of midway down the top part of the inside of your foot that goes to your big toe. They had to put a wedge in there to try to reshape the arch, and it broke a bone on the other side, so they had to go in and put some plates and screws in that side as well. And then it got infected, and then I had to change doctors, and then this doctor got the infection under control, and then once he got the part on the outside of my foot healed, I thought I was good, and then all of a sudden the inside fusion, the main fusion site, started getting sore again. I'm like, what is going on? So he's been racking his brain trying to figure it out. So he comes in the other day and he goes, hey, he made some quip about, hey, do you ever play golf? And I said, well, not in a while. It was my foot. But he's like, well, when you do, when I hit a bad hole, I go to hole 7 and skip 3 holes, and I guess he's on hole 4, and it helps me reset my mind, and I'm not thinking about the hole right next to me that I just shanked on or whatever. And he goes, sometimes you got to reset your mind and look at things differently. And he's like, so when I started thinking about your foot, I reset my mind, and I said, oh, I had an idea. So he's like, point to me where it hurts. And I point, and he told me to put my hand away, and he talked to me, and he goes, okay, point to me where it hurts again. And then he took a paper clip and he bent it into a little horseshoe, little tiny horseshoe. He cut the paper clip in half, and he bent it around, maybe in a quarter, and he bent it into this little tiny semicircle. And then he puts it right where my finger was pointing, and then he puts some medical tape over it. They take a few x-rays, and he comes back, and he's all excited, and he shows me that inside that, you can see the horseshoe on the x-ray, and inside the middle of the horseshoe is the screw cap of one of the screws. And he goes, that screw has unscrewed from your bracket, so it's probably messing up your fusion, and it's definitely giving you all this pain and swelling. So he's like, I can yank that thing out, and so anyway, happy with the breakthrough. But I'm just, it's been a long road. I'm still dealing with it. It's still going to be some more minor surgeries or something to try to fix it. So so that's where I am with that. So not a whole lot of, I'll probably be able to brew a beer or so, but I'm just kind of slowing down on the beer thing for a while. So I'll try to stay with it and keep some videos as I go. But anyway, so that's where I am with that. I will end on some shout outs. Shout out to Josh and Gary with the Chubby Mermaid Brewery. They keep chugging along, and they're getting equipment, ready to go. And, it sounds like they're driving on to get that thing open. If they do eventually, or when they do, I'm certainly going to visit that one of these days. So, good luck to you guys. Keep driving on. I'll be excited to see your opening videos. Good luck to the Poors. I know they're considering some life changes soon, and it's exciting, and I wish them all the best. And I guess hope all of you guys have had a happy summer. Everything is going well, and you guys are all happy, healthy, and all the kids are great, and families terrific. Anyway, that's what I'll end on. Is it Shark Week yet? Shark Week should be starting soon. If it's not already, I need to find out when Shark Week is. That's one of my favorite weeks of the summer too. Hopefully I didn't miss it. Anyway, have yourself that was random, sorry about that. Have yourself a happy homebrew, and have a very, very happy Homebrew Wednesday. Cheers. Go Nats.